this is Safety Consultant podcast. Just Sheldon talking to you. Something. Uh, Working on the mic here. Okay, there we go. All right. So, what I am trying to do right now is just kind of going over my thoughts. And I had a whole bunch of thoughts related to my last interview. So, I have not released a podcast, but I did release the actual video. So this is a video of me and Mr. Howard Leight. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. Not all of it, obviously, because it's a big interview. So let's do this. Put that one over there. Excellent. So I honestly had a wonderful opportunity, a great chance to talk to Mr. Leight. And if you are not familiar with who he is pretty much the person that you could thank for when you have to you see earplugs and they have that little bell shape on the bottom of it. That's one of his inventions. The one also that you're going to think of when you're thinking about him would be the connector piece between one to the other. So basically that one little string. He got that. Your dispenser that you have for your earplugs, that's his invention as well. So if you've ever seen hunting, like bang bang hunting, they actually have hearing protection there. And that is most of the time you're going to see a lot of people mention Howard Leight by Honeywell. And that's a different product altogether, a different entity. It's a licensing agreement that I don't understand. But I do know that I put in the proper disclosures for him in doing the interview. And he came out of retirement-ish. Not really retirement, because he actually has so much to do. You can't call that retirement when you're constantly still working. But retirement from this side, which is the safety side, he's been out of the public eye because of that. So that's where we are. We was out of the public eye. So as I stated, let me go ahead and share with you what I was going to. So first, let's get you guys a screen to see. So this is going to be just a little overview of the site. So you guys see this here. And what I did is I just started talking to him a little bit about the plant-based thing. So when we got done with that, basically the wording is this. If you say biodegradable, then within a certain amount of time, the product itself needs to go back to Earth, if you will. Or else it's going to take up landfill. So you don't really call that biodegradable, but plant-based is a different thing. So in creating it, you're using material that is recycled material. So therefore, that is reducing the carbon footprint. And again, that is still going to meet the final goal, right, of making sure that everything is going to be sustainable. So here, let's hear a little bit of what he's saying, and then I'll come back and tell you a couple of my thoughts on this one.
Sugar cane and coconut oils and all these kind of sustainable materials. Bamboo is a big thing with us, so it's very, very technical materials that we've taken years to perfect, and now we've been able to turn it into a manufactured product. So yes, it could be so-called sugar cane or bamboo materials, other green materials. So it's just a combination of everything to be able to make a kind of like a foam earplug look-alike in a way of speaking. But we get a lot of big benefits beside that of an opportunity to create a better earplug, more comfortable, better fitting, easier,
Oh,
A
easier.
lot of
Yes,
things like
sir.
that.
The pinch
Easier to
fit.
use. Yeah.
How'd you come up with that one? The pinch fit. I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah. Are we on already? I didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
started.
I'm always
One,
on,
two,
and I
three.
edit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always on. I just
I
edit.
got it. I got it. Well, I don't know. I was just tinkering around with earplugs for the last 20 something years, and it's always been a problem with rolling earplugs. A lot of people just never get it, and so one day I just said, "What the heck? When is a pinch the darn thing?" And that's all you got to do. But there was more to it than that. So what I ended up doing is creating a very new earplug called the pinch fit, and actually I'm wearing it right around my neck at this time. Um, I'll give you just an idea. I'm going to come up on the screen real close and give you a look at it. I think you can see it there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can.
All right. So what it is, it has a little stem, green stem on it, and you merely pinch it, and that creates a very thin product to put in your ear. And then you just, since the ear canal is really not round, it's kind of an oblong little bit. So when you pinch it, you have an oblong shape, and in it goes. Real fits, real easy, fits quickly, and also, it's kind of like reusable in the sense of the word that
Hmm.
it is can be worn again. Uh, all my family, they end up using these for sleeping weeks.
What did you guys think? Truly, I just found out that I can't see all chats because apparently, in the Facebook, if you're watching this on Facebook, you're actually have some sort of restriction, and I would need to copy and paste this on a Facebook page or something like that. I don't understand it yet, so I'm not going to do it. So unfortunately, I can't get your chats. I have noticed that I'm not getting them from LinkedIn either, so I need to check with the system and find that out. But this is also going through some of the other services, including YouTube. So hopefully we're getting that as well. However, leave your chat now. I'll see it later, and you could get a delayed response. I'm sorry about that one though. But overall, I honestly think, and this is just me. I really believe that this is a product that we are going to be looking at for a long time, is saying this is the first of many things that the safety industry in our products that we keep using over, or I should say disposable products that we keep using over and over and over again. If there's a way to making sure that we could reduce that, then that's even better. So me and Mr. Light, we were still talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and at one point he actually I asked him about the over the ear thing. So if you guys are not familiar with that, and I was looking at, I'm queuing it up so you guys can see his answer to this one. So if you're not familiar with the over the ear one, that means it's not you actually putting like headphones over your ears or anything. What it is the way that your hand would have to be positioned. You put your hand over your head like this, tilt your head back, and roll the earplugs, and you're putting them in here. Same thing on this side, roll the earplugs, you're going to put that in there. So that was the technique that we've been taught year in and year out, right? And I thought, all right, let me go ahead and ask, why are we doing this? Since he's the guy who is the authority in our time for hearing protection, go ahead. So this is really what we got back on this one. And if you haven't noticed, I'm in the same position as the interview. So you'll see me with a little globe behind me. That's actually the interview picture. It's not me switching up on you guys. So that's me during the interview, where I'm actually in the same little box. So let's take a good look at what he said about that.
Thing for the mug.
Yeah.
So of course today it's a whole different thing money wise. So that was the start. It was very difficult, and you had to actually fit every single person. It was almost hands on every day with companies and get them to understand that what hearing protection was. It was the very, very beginnings of hearing
Hmm.
protection. I don't know, I was thinking of every product in the world I could. And eventually, I was able to create a foam bullet shaped earplug, which nobody had. And it was one of the first ones with the skin on it and all that sort of thing. And started from the bottom, just from the very bottom, talk about it with people, had a little take it to the shows, show it around. It was really slow and difficult, but it's funny. In those early years, my dad was working for me. Charlie Light was working as, which a lot of people know Charlie Light from years ago. God bless him. He isn't here with us anymore, but he
Yeah.
was a great guy, a good father to me. And I remember him calling me into the office, and I'm out in the plant trying to make these damn earplugs every day. They're really hard to make. And he called me in and he said to me, "Do you see this stack of paper on my desk?" And it was about that big. And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Those are purchase orders." And I said, "Yeah, that's 100 million pair of earplugs. That's
Wow.
what you have. That's what you created. Now you get the hell out there and make these damn things."
Oh, wow. What a motivator right there.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, it was a little scary in those days.
Wow. And that's so great. You had your dad involved. I believe Chris, your brother, right? He's helping as well.
It's
Yeah.
my son.
Oh,
He
your
doesn't
son.
actually. Chris is still with my original company and does a great job of with products over there. And so I hope I've been inspirational to him.
That's great when your daughter's helping you there. You got the other one with the
Yeah,
winery, and that's Malibu Oaks, right?
Malibu
The
Rocky
Rocky
Oaks.
Oaks. Oak.
Yeah, you go online, it's on there.
See, my wife and I, we're full-time RVers, and part of that is every now and then we stay at wineries of the company called Harvest Host, and
Yeah.
we actually love doing that because we'll just pull up with our travel trailer and we'll just hang out there. We go in and you can't pass a flight of wine from me, my wife. We are on it. So please tell me a story that I could win with my wife or my in-laws about wine. What's one thing that helped me win? Help me win. Oh, another thing that I learned during the interview was don't be ashamed to ask for wine. No, that wasn't it. But actually, as I found it, finished up that part, it was, yeah, actually, I was going to, he offered to go ahead and give me some wine because that would help me win. That wasn't the clip I was looking for, though. I was looking for the clip where he was telling the story about how they came up with the air thing, and then as that one happened, he went like dark, if you will. So here I'll go a little bit further, and I got it now finally. Okay, so this is uh, Howard Light talking about who created this thing that we all have been doing for so long when we're putting in our earplugs. So this is what I learned there. So go ahead, you can let you guys hear this one.
My dad did it.
No way.
I get remember my dad was playing with hearing protection. This, I hate to say it, going way back to the Second World War. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
he was producing a small amount of earplugs, and he was selling them to the shipyards in Long Beach, California during the war. They were building ships, and actually, my dad was supplying with hearing aids, and they begged him, "Well, what can we do?" And because our guys are end up with hearing aids because they're riveting steel. And my dad designed up an earplug for them, and he was making mold molding the ear product at that time. It wasn't an earplug; it was like a little molded thing that he used to use for hearing aids. And he was down there making a living, creating a pair of earplugs for each worker. And Then he made a little earplug after that. He showed me, he reached overhead.
Oh, we lost him, but I'm sure he's going to come right back.
The show. Every time I hear an interview with Howard, I hear something new and different. And I'm glad you asked about that reaching over. I didn't realize his dad was the originator.
His dad was the original. Look at how many generations have been doing that and no one knew.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to say earlier, I wanted to speak up, but I didn't know I was going to be heard or.
All right, you're gonna have to watch it. So here, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in the chat box. But if you did not know, can you believe that this whole time, the person who created this and then told the guys how to do that was Howard Light's dad who did that. So that's really a wonderful, wonderful story. And now that we all know in the community, we know who to attribute it to. So that's really good. Just so much, wasn't it? And I truly don't want you guys to not go out there and go ahead and get you like hooked up with this company, because goodness, plant-based, now the cycle for any kind of, well, I should say kind of, that's, hyperbolic, but let's go ahead and tone it down. But at least for hearing protection, that's really cool, because there's a lot of people using hearing protection in any noisy environment you could see. And even if it's down to sleeping with a spouse that snores, it's important to you. So this is a real good breakthrough. I'm glad I was part of it. And to boot, tomorrow, which is going to be, if you're watching this live, is going to be October 30th, 2021. And that's when the product actually launches. So it does not launch. It is not launched yet. So let's see. It is now, we're down to 23 hours. So it's 23 hours left. Let me put this in the chat for you guys as well. So this is the company website. So basically, Howard came out of retirement, invented something else, and here they are. I love this design. Look at that, where you could actually just pull it right out of your ear. That is awesome. So here, let me tell you guys one of my stories that I did. I was taking a certification test, and it was in a testing center, which is really loud. So they give you one of the the earplugs to put in, and if it's bell-shaped, it's Howard's. So anyway, I get one in, put it in the way you're supposed to, right? Where Howard's dad told you to do it. And now I have this thing, and I kind of like pushed it in a little too far. I'm doing my test, and time to finish up, and I'm like, hold on, I can't get this thing. Can't get this thing at all. Both sides. Can't get this thing. I start flipping out during where I'm supposed to take my test, and here safety guy is. Get a pencil and kind of gently edge it out a little so I could get a piece out of it, so I could pull it out of my ear and save myself. No more, because now you got that nice little plug. I guess that piece over here, that fit piece, you could just pull it right out. Look at that. Brilliant. Why didn't we think of this before? We need a man with 150 patents to think of it. That's why. So I just wanted to at least let you guys know. So it's brilliant. Oh, I was showing you something you can't see right there. Now you can see it. You pull it out with that little thing right there. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So tomorrow is going to be the launch. We're now at 23 hours, 34 minutes, and 28 seconds. So go ahead and log into finalfitsafety.com if this is something that your company purchases or you use it for some of your clients. Might be worth it. Really might be worth it. It is worth it. When you think long run, especially for sustainability, yeah, we got this. All right, gang. So that is the end of me. I am going to release the podcast of this over the weekend. I was going to try to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do my best. If I can't, the podcast episode will be released by this weekend, and you'll have it available to you on Monday. And then next week, I've got Uncle Bill. He's going to be on the podcast. He's got a little beef with ASSP right now, and he's working it out. So I'm wishing him the best he can and the luck he can. I'm giving him a voice to speak. So we're going to have him on my next episode, which will be next. I'm not even sure. So the one this week, which will be released on the 1st, or actually this weekend, going for the week of the 1st, will be the Howard Leight podcast version of this. And then on the week after, which will be the week of the 8th, we're going to have Uncle Bill with just going over a whole bunch of stuff. All right, King. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the week. Weekend, right? Happy Friday. You made it. Go have some fun then. Forget to go get them. Go get them with fun. All right. See ya.